Halalyam, halalyam la Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham kudash. The word honor to the apostles and elders of great millstone that rule well and labor in the word and doctrine. Shalom and in peace. May that be unto the elect of the nation of Israel. Now concerning them that rule well, concerning the leaders of so-called black people, this is just going to be a quick hit. Lord, will it be quick? Inspired by some recent comments of Alizé, or Gorilla, Alazar, we used to call him Alizé. Alazar of Sakari, saying Louis Farrakhan, who is a Muslim, who is outside of the truth, he is the, one of the top leaders of so-called black people. Right now, we're not coming out here saying, yeah, we're black people, we're this, we're calling ourselves Hebrew Israelites. The amount of times you've been on the street, telling people you're not black, you're an Israelite. He might not say you're not black verbatim like that. Being black isn't a nationality, it's not an identity. There's no color of black. There's no color. There's no land black. There's no culture of black. Black just means void of light. Right? So if you're talking about is he the leader of them that are void of light, fair enough. But that he would be considered the blind. The spiritually blind. He's not being given the eye salve to see. He may know he's an Israelite. He may full well know he's an Israelite, but he's not out here bringing the gospel out, and he's worshipping another idol. So what is it really about? Is it about numbers, gyal, money? What's it about? So this is Matthew chapter 15 and verse 14. It said, "Let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch." So what does that mean? It means them that don't have the eye salve leading them, they also don't have the eye salve. And it's disappointing to see, because for the most part, Sakari are on point with the doctrine. But why would you come out and say, yeah, Louis Farrakhan, he was on with Sarnetta, who is of the world, who is a Commission Venetian blinds doctrine, but he's always talking about the Israelites. His channel wouldn't be popping if it wasn't for Israelites. How does he keep the the light on him? By keeping bringing up Hebrews, keep on bringing up Israelites, to maintain that. So there's someone that's out there preaching, prophesying, knows the scriptures, has no place to be bigging up Louis Farrakhan, who is by definition an idolater, as a leader of quote-unquote black people. We're not out trying to recruit black people. We're trying to wake up the elect to the nation of Israel. Right? Louis Farrakhan is definitely not concerned with the elect. He's again concerned with numbers, concerned with status, concerned with money. Which it might not come out as overt as that, but if you're not telling the people the truth and you know the truth, well, what's the purpose of that? What's the reason for it? So let's search up eye salve. You salve, I salve, we all salve. Okay, there we are. Right, so Revelation chapter 3 and verse 18. It reads, "I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich, and white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear, and anoint thine eyes with eye salve, that thou mayest see." So if you're awake unto this Hebrew Israelism, you've at least got some degree of non-blindness. All right, you might say I'm an Israelite, but I don't believe in the Messiah. You might say I'm an Israelite, but only so-called Negroes are Israelites. You can't get different shades of Israel. All right, but you still know you're an Israelite at least. So what place does a self-professed, chief priest have to big up a guy in the world, man, and say, yeah, he's the true leader of our people? That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And you know what you're doing because you came up under the apostles. Right? Why do you teach the MOTB is the, it is what it is? Why do you teach the charagma is what the charagma is? Who taught you that? Right? Why do you teach the Friday sundown, Saturday sundown, Sabbath? Sorry, against the Friday sundown, Saturday sundown. You teach the lunar Sabbath, which is 100% correct. So knowing these things, knowing who you learn it of, That's what it says. It says, knowing of whom thou hast learnt them. I can't spell. 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 14 says, But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learnt them. And you certainly didn't learn the MOTB breakdown from Louis Farrakhan. You didn't learn the Israelite truth from Louis Farrakhan. Right? But to call him your elder or him a leader of you that you look for, he said, I look to many people, many different people for leaders. You know, what he means is he doesn't want to commit to any group, you know, to say anyone has the 100% truth, which the scriptures speak about a body speaking the same thing, so on and so forth. 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 14, but continue thou in the things which thou hast learned, and has been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them, and that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith which is in Yahawashi. Now, of course, this is verbatim from Apostle Paul to Timothy, but all things are written, you know, to give to the next verse will say, all scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High, and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness. So you should understand that if you've learned the truth, continue in it, and know who you've learned it from. All right, that can be applied to any man. And the thing is, from a child, you know, we all come again spiritual children when we come into this, desiring the sincere milk of the word that we may grow thereby. And knowing that is able to make thee wise unto salvation. Nothing Louis Farrakhan teaches as a holistic doctrine is going to give you salvation. Right? He's not telling you an Israelite. He's not telling you even to call upon the right God. So how is he a leader? Right? He is a leader. He's leading them to the way of death, to the pit, leading them to the grave. But for you to say, I'm a chief priest, I'm a Levite chief priest over Israel, and then to come out and say some shit like that, is whose side are you on, man? And it is a sides thing. The Lord doesn't play with idolatry. It says, make thee wise unto salvation through faith, which is in Yahawashi. They're not teaching you about the name Yahawashi. Right? They're not teaching you the truth. They're talking to you about Islam. You know, so that's madness. But keep it short, I'm on the job. So shalom, on to the next video, Lord willing. All praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, shalom.